They say he was drunk and then like he fell off a horse or some shit. I don't buy any of that, to be honest with you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the second part of breaking down my Samoan heritage, Mom's edition. This is going to be very convoluted. It's a lot of, because it's a lot more, how do I say, it goes further back into, way further back than my dad's side. So, and there's a lot of islands that kind of intersect all the way down into Samoa. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start with my mom's side. So my mom's mom is half Samoan, half Chinese. My mom's dad was a indentured servant, indentured laborer from South China, right? Back when all the singers, all the Chinese laborers were given work to come to Samoa and work the plantations. His first name was Ah Chong, apparently. Like that's how the English people would say it. My grandma used that as a surname, Ah Chong, but that's really, if you understand Chinese naming systems, that's not the surname, right? That's the first name. And that's just kind of like the nickname. It's not the actual, like how you say the first name. The romanized version of his full name is Li Fuk Chong, right? So Li Fuk is actually the last name. But I spoke to some people that work in Chinese kind of DNA research. They said that that could be his name, but it could be like Li Chong Fuk or Fuk Li Chung. It's just back then the whites, that hired these people, like they didn't care about any of that. They just named them how they thought it was. So that's made my search for his ancestry and his, if we have any Chinese relatives, which I'm sure we do, it's made it harder for me to track that down. I know that he's from Guangdong, which is where pretty much every Chinese laborer from that time that came to Samoa is from. Yeah, so he marries, or he gets with my mom's mum, my great grandmother, who's actually from she's from Vailukai or Fasikokai, right? Vailukai, Fasikokai, Fasikoyuka, that whole pretty much all those people, I'm sure they're all related, right? So she's from there. So my mom's mum is half Chinese, half Samoan. Okay, now my mom's dad. Now when I say dad, I'll say her birth father, because my mom's was actually raised by her auntie and uncle. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna say her birth father's family. Okay, so her birth father's family, this is where it's gonna get very complicated. My mom's dad's dad is Italian American guy from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I think he's a little bit German, but majority is Italian American. And I actually went back further. That family is actually from Campania in Italy. Yeah, from southern Italy. They came, to the United States like it was like Godfather styles, like on the boat at Ellis Island, where the Statue of Liberty is and all that stuff. It was like that. But anyway, so my mom's dad's dad was a sailor. I think he was how do I say, like he was in the war, World War II, when those guys came and stopped off in the Pacific. He met up with my mom's dad's mom. Maybe just partying, and here comes my grandfather. But I don't have any connection to my mom's dad's father, and I think my grandpa doesn't really also. That was a very kind of, I've connected with that family, and it wasn't very a good connection, if you know what I mean. But anyways, okay, so that's that side, right? Now my mom's dad's mum side is even more confusing. Okay, so this is my mum's dad's mum side. I'm gonna start from where they came from, and then when they got to Samoa, and then how it ends up down to my mum. Okay, so my mum's. Okay, so there was this Scottish guy. I'm gonna call him Mr. Grieg. Okay, Grieg. Now, if you know that surname Grieg, that's a very like. There's so many people in the South Pacific that have that last name. People in Fiji, Hawaii, I think Tahiti, the Cook Islands. So Mr. Grieg was a sailor as well. He was a ship captain. He comes to Penrhyn, Cook Islands, right? So Penrhyn Island, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if that's not how you pronounce it. And then he takes a wife. Her name, from what I remember, is Te Anau. Te Anau, yeah, she was the daughter of a chief. He comes with her, and there's another guy that he comes with, it was his friend or something, right? They take Cook Island wives, and then they travel down to Kiribati, at an island called, back then it was called Fanning Island. They called it Fanning Island. They come there with their Cook Island wives, these two Scottish guys, and it's basically them on that whole, it's not even an island, it's an atoll, which is even a small like little piece of land, right, around the river. So they become coconut exporters. It's like, this is like really like, this is before like I think 1850s or 40s. So it's just them, right? They developed this coconut like plantation. So Te Anau, this Penrhyn woman, and Mr. Grieg, my Scottish ancestor, they have a bunch of kids. From that union comes this woman named Marion May Grieg. Now, Marion May, she's born on Fanning Island. All these kids are born there. And so she meets this Norwegian whaler who ends up maybe shipwrecked, maybe just had enough of that whaling life, you know. He comes to Fanny Island. He gets with Marion May. Now that Norwegian guy, his name is Bernard Anderson. He was from a place called, well, it's still actually a place, Resort, Norway, which is another coastal town. All my ancestors, right? They're all from coastal towns. Like my dad's side, like it's just a thing, right? Like the sea life, whatever. He's from a place called Resort, Norway. Man, I've seen photos of it. It's so beautiful. I want to go there one day. He gets with Marion May. He's a Norwegian, and she's a half Cook Island, half Scottish woman, right? They have a son. His name is Edwin Anderson. Now, Edwin ends up coming to Samoa to be a foreman on a plantation in Mulifanua. So, yeah, he manages this plantation. Now, for some reason, this is like the 20s, the 1920s. He has a daughter with some other woman. Now that woman comes from Samoa apparently. I made connections with the Samoa family, so we're still fostering that relationship and kind of breaking down how do we actually connect, you know. So yeah, so Edwin has a child with that woman. That woman, the child comes along in like around 1925. By 1929, I think, 28 or 29, Edwin dies, right? He apparently, according to the newspaper article, he was drunk on a horse. He was riding the horse and he was drunk. He fell off. He hit his head on the rocks or something and he was dead. I don't really buy that whole thing, because what it seems like from Edwin is like, he was kind of just like a womanizer guy. He had like 3 different kids with like with these women that like, either they were really, really young, like inappropriately young, or women with like, they were kind of like, they were known to be partiers. Yeah, so that's what happened. He dies. I think he was beaten to death. That's what I believe, or that's what I assume based on some of my research and stories that I've heard from people. He's buried in Mangiangi Cemetery, um, out in Apia. I still haven't been there. The last time I was in Samoa, I actually just drove out there to maybe have a look. But when I looked at that cemetery, I was like, "There's no way I can find this on my own. I need helpers, you know." So then I didn't end up looking for him. But yeah, so Edwin was a half Norwegian, half well, his Edwin's dad is Norwegian and Edwin's mom is half Cook Island, half Scottish, yeah. So Edwin and that Samoan woman from Samoa, right? They had a daughter. Her name was Joy. Uh, Joy and Joy, uh, like I said, had a I don't know, relationship with that Italian American guy from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and then from there comes my grandfather, Eddie, which I think is he's named from that guy Edwin that passed away. Um, and then Eddie and my half Samoan, half Chinese grandmother have my mum. Then that's my mum, and then comes me. Fuck, that's for like confusing as man that story, you know. So many layers, but you see how how there's just so many different and the bloodline is so like from all everywhere, China, Norway, Italy, all this other stuff, man. It's like it's funny because I never really knew a lot about my mom's side until like probably the last 5 years or so. Because even she doesn't know. And the sad thing is about my mom's family history is like my mother, her father, and then her father's mother. There's like 3 generations of abandonment, like as it goes down, you know. And that's I when I thought about it, man, that's so sad. Like they weren't abandoned, like in terms of just to with no parents or no one around, but you know how Samoan people do that thing where they let other people raise them and stuff. Um, yeah, I felt very sad about that when I heard about that, and that made a lot of sense into a lot of uh, why certain people act a certain way. That thing and the emotional confusion in dealing with families, like family stuff. But that's my mom's side. Very confusing, but very, very deep and multi-layered. I wanna go to China, I wanna go to Norway, I wanna go to Italy, I wanna go to Scotland too. So that's my mom's side. Yeah. I hope you enjoy this one.